Hello, children. Children, do you know which animals are called amphibians? Yes, those animals are called amphibians who can live on land as well as water. And some of them are crocodiles, toads, frogs, tortoise, and there are many more. And today, I, Kahaniwali Nani, have come to tell you a wonderful story about some frogs. And children, this story is based on a fable. And the story is The Frog's Race. And children, you can hear more such interesting stories where? On my YouTube channel. Subscribe the channel and do press the bell icon so that you never miss a new story from me. If you like the story, press the like button and you can share the story with your friend by clicking on the share icon. And so now listen to the story The Frog's Race. Children, this is a story of long, long ago. Once upon a time, a group of frogs lived in a pond. Now, the head of this group was Freddy. He was a very intelligent frog. Now, one day, he called for a meeting of the frogs. He asked all the frogs to assemble at one place on one side of the pond. Now all the frogs obeyed him and they gathered where on one side of the pond. All the frogs were wondering, oh, why is this meeting called? What's the problem? Is there any emergency? Anything wrong? They were just talking to each other when Freddy came and said, he saw that all were chitting and chattering, chitting, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And he said, all of you, please be quiet, silence. I have an important announcement to make. What announcement? All the frogs said to us together. Freddy said, see, this morning, where did I go? I went to meet my friend, Mr. Toad, who lives in another pond. And do you know why I went? Mr. Toad had invited me to witness a race, a competition amongst the frogs. What competition? Asked the small frog, young frog, Pepe. Oh, Pepe, sit down, be patient and listen. See, I will tell you everything. You know, they had a competition of climbing on a pole. And you know, it was very amusing to see the frogs climbing, running, hopping, trying to overtake each other. Also, the winner, Miss Teddy, was given a trophy at the end. I also think that we can also have such a competition in our pond. Yes, we don't have a pole to climb, but yet we can have the race of climbing the tower. Which tower? There near the bridge. What do you all have to say about this? Do you all agree? Asked Freddy. Hearing this, all the other frogs began consulting with each other, and they all, after that, they clapped with joy. One of them, Jojo, said, yes, yes, it'll be great fun having such a type of a race. Already we are bored of daily just hopping and going here and there. Yes, we can have, and also we can invite some animals from the nearby farm and frogs from the other ponds to witness the race. They can be our guest spectators. They can support and cheer the participants. And we can have one chief guest from them also. Everyone agreed, and then coming Sunday was decided as the day of the race. Invitations were sent to the frogs of other ponds as well as to the animals of the nearby farm. On Sunday morning, all the frogs gathered near the tower. The farm animals also came And some frogs from the other pond also came to witness the race. Now, Freddy said, welcome, welcome to the tower race. Yes, I welcome all my guests. Please be seated. Yes, first of all, I thank you everyone for coming and joining us in this race, in this competition. You will, yes, your support and cheer will really give support to the participants. And then Freddy said, okay, all those frogs who want to participate, please come forward and stand in a line. Now, 10 frogs, young frogs, they all came and stood in a line. You know who are they? I know their names. Their names were Buster, Bubbly, Dart, Fatso, Hoppy, Fredo, Ribbert, Winky, and Trevor. Now, all the frogs shouted, Trivet, Trivet, as if they were shouting, Hurrah, Hurrah, cheering the participants. The farm animals also said something. They looked at the tower and said, oh, this is the tower which you all are going to climb. My God, it is so high. It will be very difficult for you all to climb it. Really, we think it is impossible. No frog will able to reach the top. Now, who heard all this? Everyone over there, especially the participants. And two participant frogs backed out. They said, yes, yes, this tower is very, very high, and at least we can never climb it to the top. So, we are not participating in this race. It is just a waste of energy and time. Now, how many frogs were there? There were only 8 frogs in the race. Buster and Bubbly backed out. Freddy cheered them and wished them all the good luck and said, don't worry, you will be able to. And he asked Cow, the chief guest, to blow the whistle and start the race. The chief guest cow came up and said, yes, good luck to all the participants. Ready, steady, go. And she blew the whistle. Now, hearing the whistle, all the 8 frogs started climbing the tower. They were very excited. And the tiny frogs, though they were good hoppers, were not good climbers. And one by one, what happened? They began panting. Now, 2 frogs fell down, they fell back, and the farm animals said, oh, oops. And they said, oh, see, it is very difficult for these tiny creatures. We already said that the tower is very hard, very high. See, 2 of them have fallen down. But the other frogs kept on climbing. So Fatso and Hoppy also left the race. Now the rest of them were climbing and climbing. They were not used to climbing so high. They got exhausted. They got tired. Now again, 2 of them, Fredo and Trevor, looked toward the top. They were panting for breath. They stopped and said, oh, this tower is really very, very high. The farm animals are absolutely right. Like this, we cannot reach to the top. It's better to go back and give up the race. And what happened? They fell back. Their backs were bruised, but the other frogs patted their backs. Freddy comforted them and said, oh, doesn't matter. You all did well. You tried with all your might. Next time you can try to the top. You have done well. But the farm animals, what did they say? Yes, yes, no one has ever made it. Has anyone, any frog climbed this tower? No. Actually, only birds can do it. It is a waste of energy and time. No chance for anyone to reach the top. Hearing this, Ripper said, I think that we are wasting our time and energy. It is useless thing we are doing. I am going back. Hearing this, two more frogs felt he was right and decided to go back. And they began sliding down slowly and slowly. But the last one, whose name was Winky, paid no heed to them and continued climbing. Seeing him climbing, the farm animals shouted, Oh, hey, Winky, stop climbing. Give up, give up. You will never be able to reach the top. You might even die by falling down or being hurt badly. But Winky kept on climbing. He was panting, he was tired, it was difficult for him. But he was still climbing. He was panting, he was tired, and the animals down kept on shouting and waving towards him. And Winky kept on climbing and climbing as if he was being cheered by them. Every time the animals shouted, he looked back and then climbed with more enthusiasm. And finally, what happened? Winky reached the top of the tower. Now, seeing him, everybody, the farm animals, were struck with surprise. Oh my God, this Winky has reached the top. Oh, he has done an impossible thing. Wow, and everybody there started clapping and greeting Winky. Wow, bravo, well done. Slowly, slowly, Winky came down. He came down very carefully. He was very, very tired, but yet he was very happy that he had reached the top of the tower. Freddy patted Winky. Everyone was happy that at least one frog reached the top. Then the farm animals were very surprised. ऐसी और कई मजेदार कहानियाँ आप मेरे YouTube चैनल पर सुन सकते हो। सब्सक्राइब कर बेल बटन जरूर दबाना ताकि आप मेरी कोई भी कहानी मिस ना करो। कहानी अच्छी लगे तो लाइक बटन दबाना और कमेंट्स भी भेजना। कहानी आप अपने दोस्तों के साथ भी शेयर कर सकते हो शेयर बटन पर क्लिक करके। और अगले हफ्ते फिर मिलूंगी एक नई कहानी के साथ। तब तक गुड बाय, टेक केयर। You did not listen to what we were saying. You might die, you might fall down, you might get hurt, but you were climbing and climbing. Freddy said to the farm animals, Winky is a deaf frog. Actually, Winky is thanking you for encouraging and cheering him. You know, whenever he looked back, he found you all were waving, and he thought that you were cheering him. You know, he did not listen to the negative things you were saying to dissuade him from climbing, as the other frogs did. And so, this way, who became the winner? Pinky, the young frog. So, children, what do you learn from this story? Yes, we learn that we should always focus on our goals. And there are people who might dissuade us, telling that you cannot read, but we should have faith in ourselves, confidence in ourselves, and we can not pay attention to their negative comments. And certainly, if we do this, we will succeed in whatever we are doing. So, children, how did you like this story? And we'll meet you again with another story. Till then, goodbye. Take care.